Every 10 minutes in Australia, somebody suffers a stroke. It's our second biggest killer and has left nearly 500,000 survivors living with crippling disability. But despite the dramatic medical advances in other fields, there's only so much that can be done for a stroke patient, which makes the work of one clinic in America so tantalising. Its results have to be seen to be believed. The therapy is controversial and heavily criticised, but the patients say it's truly miraculous. An anti-inflammatory, it attacks or blocks the build-up in the brain of a molecule called TNF, or tumour necrosis factor.
In stroke, what happens is there's an inflammatory response, a chronic inflammatory response that is caused by the stroke. Etanercept works by neutralizing that chemical, TNF, thereby improving the ability of brain areas to communicate with each other.
When Linda Lumbra suffered a stroke 3 years ago, she lost her speech and struggled to walk. And like so many stroke victims, rehabilitation could only do so much. But then she heard about a controversial injection that was reducing the effects of stroke. It isn't fully tested and is viewed cynically by many neurologists. But that hasn't stopped Linda, and the results are something to see.
What's different?
It's only been a brief few minutes since Linda Lumbra received that injection of Etanercept at the base of her brain.
Clear.
Clear.
She's been tipped upside down to allow the medicine to flow into her brain.
Oh my.
Remember, this is stroke-affected Linda just before the injection.
One, two. Oh my.
Moments after the shot, she sits up. The change in Linda is something to behold.
It's gone. Hi.
Hello there.
Woohoo! It worked. On me.
Yeah.
Oh. In here is clear. Hi. It's me. It's truly a miracle. It happens all so quickly, and it's done. And before you know it, it's all over with, and then boom. I can talk. I can walk.
We felt it was likely that she would improve. To improve almost back to normal was just spectacular and wonderful and gratifying and very, very moving to watch.
Hi.
How would you describe yourself before and then after the injection?
It's just truly amazing. The change is absolutely miraculous. It's amazing. Every day there seems to be something that's like, oh, I can do that now. It's amazing.
Back at home with her family, Linda Lumbra is full of life.
It's Maple Sunday.
Maple Sunday on Sunday. Elizabeth Brown entered the world skinny, nearsighted, and shy.
It's hard to believe that this simple joy of reading to her grandchildren was impossible just 8 weeks before.
Cluster. Ache. Well, I described it like, if you think of your mind as like a window, and the window is always dirty. It's got this film, filthy film on it, and no matter how hard you scrub, it will not go away. That was my mind. And I literally would see words, and then if you could get the words in an order that would make some sense, Then to try to get those words to actually come out of your mouth correctly, that didn't work well either.
Sissy got on the phone, she goes, "Mammy, you sound funny."
For Linda's twin daughters, Christy and Casey, they have quite simply got their mum back.
Can you talk to Mammy? Can you talk to Mammy?
It's amazing and humbling and something that you can't describe when your mother leaves and she can't pick up your newborn son, and then she comes home and she can.
Huh? Talk to Mammy.
And now she changes diapers and babysits and, here you go, Mom.
Do you believe what's happened to your mum is a miracle?
Yes. Yep, absolutely. It just is mind-blowing, and there's no words. Besides that, it's an amazing miracle that so many people should be able to experience.
It's hard work on those doobies, huh?
Linda's almost total post-stroke recovery is just astounding. Can you measure the extent of your recovery?
I didn't think I'd be completely me. I really didn't think it would be as profound as it actually turned out to be. But I thought, if I can just have my speech back, because I want to be able to think and speak correctly. And if I can't have the physical part back, that's okay. I can deal with that. But to get it all back, it's truly a miracle.
But this stroke treatment has critics who don't think it's so miraculous.
Well, I believe anyone who offers Etanercept for post-stroke plasticity in the current state of the evidence is a snake oil salesman.
The blockage is right here.
Neurology professor Dr. Jeffrey Saver is the director of the acclaimed stroke unit at the University of California. He says Dr. Tobenik's work hasn't been subjected to independent clinical trials.
In medicine, the way to prove a treatment works is the placebo-controlled trial, because we know that the placebo response, the tendency of the body to respond to hope, is remarkable. And the only way to tell that a particular treatment is better than chance is to compare that treatment to a placebo. And that has not occurred with this therapy. So I would say the only proven effect of this treatment in post-stroke disability is to separate patients from their money.
Okay, you're going to feel a little sick just for a second.
The injection can cost patients without health insurance up to $6,000. And the American Academy of Neurology has written a draft warning about Etanercept injections for stroke patients.
They've concluded that because of the potential for serious adverse outcomes and high cost, clinicians should not offer Etanercept to post-stroke disability patients unless treatment is part of a research study.
Yes.
Does that put an end to what you're doing?
Well, I think that conclusion is still a draft conclusion. And we don't feel that is scientifically accurate or a proper conclusion.
Is it possible, though, that Dr. Tobenik is onto something here?
It's always possible that something might work. Pigs might fly, the sun might not come up. And it's also the case that we in traditional neurology are wide open to treatments that seem to come out of left field. We have no reason not to jump for joy.
You're not jumping for joy.
Unfortunately, I'm not jumping for joy because the evidence is not there.
Still uncomfortable if we touch it? Yeah. Okay.
Dr. Tobenik acknowledges his treatment won't work for everyone.
It's only another few minutes.
He says 1 in 5 will show no significant response.
Cube, cluster, estate.
Out of the hundreds of his patients who have shown improvement, many, like Linda, are quick to answer the critics.
I remember how to read.
I don't get it, because have they viewed any of the people who have agreed to be taped when they've received the treatment? Have they read anything? Have they talked to any of us? Because I invite them to. I would tell them to take a look at me. How much more proof do you need? They think it seems too good to be true, sounds too good to be true. But if you just look, there's no denying it.
There's no doubt Linda's recovery is remarkable, but will it last? The short answer is nobody knows. There are no guarantees and no long-term research yet. Should the effects begin to wear off, patients like Linda say they're more than happy to return to Dr. Tobernick for another shot.